Without coaching, no matter who's out there, we're the same team, and we got to, make sure that we, run the fast break, rebound, do all the little things, and that'll take care of the big things for us.
And Dave, let's not forget UConn's secret weapon coming off the bench. Brian Fair has averaged better than 20 points per game in his 2 visits here at the Carrier Dome. I'll be back after the game with a complete report and locker room reaction on the Night Beat. In Syracuse, Harvey Smilovitz, Channel 3 Sports.
And Husky is still recovering from pneumonia, so it will be assistant coach Howie Dickenman calling the shots at the Carrier Dome tonight as the Huskies take on those Orange men. Fortunately, as Skip Church reports, the UConn assistant coaches do have a plan.
The first alteration is to the clothing. Then, of course, there's one's demeanor. But there are other alterations, too.
A lot of times I'll look at the interior play, the big men, the defense and the offensive side of it. Dave will probably do some of that, but I'll talk with Dave and Carl, as Jim would talk to the 3 of us. I'll talk to the 2 of them, and we'll just go out there and give it our best effort.
Sporting dramatic proof in the drubbing of Pittsburgh, the Huskies feel right at home with Howie leading the way.
We have a lot of confidence in Coach D. He's a winner. He always, he's going to push us just as hard as if Coach was there. And so, we got a lot of confidence in him. We think we can win with him.
It's easy to have confidence when you're winning by 20, but what about when you're down by 1 with only 8 seconds left, like at Providence? Still not a problem.
Coach Dickenman is a great coach. We feel very comfortable as a team behind him and letting him lead us. He's been with Coach, and what Coach like to be done on the court, and he plays the same style, and he coaches the similar way. So we ain't gonna lose no factor with Coach D out there coaching. I don't believe.
So Coach D will try to stay unbeaten in the Big East tonight. 2-0 for him, 9-0 for the Huskies, if they win at Syracuse. Skip Church, Action News 8.
And just a reminder, you can catch all of tonight's action between the Huskies and the Orange Men live here on Channel 8 starting at 8 o'clock. Then right after the Action News late edition, it'll be Huskies tonight at 11:35. A full 15-minute recap of tonight's game, complete with reaction from the players. We hope you'll join us, obviously, for both the game and for Huskies tonight.
Welcome, everyone, to the Carrier Dome here in Syracuse, New York. Well, tonight, at least on paper, the best Big East game of the season is about to go down. The number 5 Connecticut Huskies are in town to take on the 15th-ranked Orange Men of Syracuse. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Gorman, along with Ron Perry. It has been a wonderful season to this point for the University of Connecticut. And whenever you talk about the Huskies, Donyell Marshall's name seems to come up very quickly in the conversation.
And why not? He is the Marshall for the UConn Huskies this year. He is the go-to guy. He leads the league in scoring, and he is dominating in every phase of the game. Could be the difference in this one tonight for the Huskies.
Well, every good Marshall has to have a good posse behind him, and Donyell certainly does.
He really does. Who will rise to the occasion? Daron Sheffer, he's shooting 55% from three-point land. Ray Allen has been instant offense off the bench, and Donnie Marshall plays with a lot of emotion, really likes to bang the backboards.
If there is a threat to Connecticut in the Big East Conference, most people think it would be the Orange Men of Syracuse, and they have a great player in their own right in Lawrence Moten.
That's right, and he's the captain of the ship for Syracuse. He really gets the job done, leads the team in scoring. He had 26 the first meeting against the Huskies on the road. He'll be tough tonight.
And his mates aren't too shabby either.
No, not at all. Adrian Autry will be critical. He's the floor leader against the UConn pressure. John Wallace has got to come up big, the leading rebounder for the Orange Men, and Otis Hill must stay out of foul trouble in this game. UConn's tough on the board, so Syracuse has got to hold their own in that category.
All right, again, the Huskies are 8-0. If this is going to be a severe test, you would think it would come tonight for Connecticut here at the Carrier Dome. We'll be back with the starting lineups of tonight's game between the Huskies and the Orange Men after these words from our local stations. Back to the Carrier Dome, everyone, for what should be a terrific basketball game. The number 5 Huskies against the 15th-ranked Orange Men. And, of course, again tonight, the Huskies will go without their head coach, Jim Calhoun, who we know is back in the state of Connecticut. And, Jim, we hope you get back very soon to the sidelines, and we hope that you're feeling better. Howie Dickenman did a great job on Saturday night. I'm sure he's going to do a great job filling in tonight. But Howie is probably number 1 on the list. He would like to see Jim Calhoun back, as we all will. Get well, Coach. And now for tonight's Nationwide Insurance starting lineup. Check the yellow pages for the Nationwide agent nearest you. He just might be Jim Walsh of Mansfield Center in Connecticut. Let's go to our public address announcer now. He is Carl Eilenberg.
From the world-famous Carrier Dome on the campus of Syracuse University, welcome to the color, the thrills, and the excitement of Big East basketball. tonight, the University of Connecticut Huskies and the Orangemen of Syracuse University. And now, fans, the starting lineups for Connecticut. A 6'9" junior out of Reading, Pennsylvania, wearing number 42, Danielle Marshall. A 6'6" junior from Federal Way, Washington, number 33, Donnie Marshall. From Alexandria, Louisiana, 6'7" sophomore, number 45, Eric Hayward. From Ramat Afal, Israel, a 6'5" freshman, number 11, Daron Sheffer. And a 6'3" junior from Los Angeles, California, number 12, Kevin Ali. Handling the bench duties for head coach Jim Calhoun tonight is assistant coach Howie Dickenman. For the Orange of Syracuse University, a 6'6" junior out of Beaumont, Texas, number 5, Lucius Jackson. A 6'7" sophomore from Rochester, New York, number 44, John Wallace. A 6'8" freshman from White Plains, New York, number 45, Otis Hill. From Washington, D.C., 6'5", junior, number 21, Lawrence Moten. And the captain of the Orange, 6'4", senior from New York City, number 15, Adrian Autry. Head coach at Syracuse is Jim Boeheim.
Jim Boeheim with an impressive record against the Connecticut Huskies. The Huskies put their undefeated streak on the line tonight. Back with the opening tip after these words from our local stations. Here's a look at the team comparison. 8-0, the Connecticut Huskies undefeated, and they shoot the ball so well.
They have a lot of answers, as we talked about already, and the rebounding critical in this game. Syracuse has got to hold its own. Otherwise, Connecticut will control the pace of this game, which could be up and down tonight.
You would expect it to be here. Syracuse, of course, with the great home court advantage, winning 6 of the last 8 in the Dome against the Huskies. We understand we have a bit of a clock problem there trying to work out at the table on the top of your screen, and so we will wait along with everyone else. Jim Boeheim, 424 career victories against only 136 losses. Let's see, Howie's about 421 behind Jim, isn't he?
There you go. He's been able to be on the bench, though, as the interim coach on 3 occasions. The win on Pittsburgh, of course, a big one on Saturday on the road for the Huskies. It looks like the shot clock, Mike.
Yep, Teddy Valentine has sent both teams back to their bench. And the shot clocks were set at 45 seconds. Must be old clocks.
That's right. They haven't adjusted to the new rule this year. Crowd, of course, on its feet. They stay on their feet until Syracuse is able to get their first basket of the game.
There we go. They're set at 35, and we are set to go. Good crowd here tonight. That's kind of an understatement when you're in the Dome, but there's probably about 25,000 on hand. They had some hopes of getting up close to 30 for this game, but I think they're going to fall a little short. Everything is relative. Tap is controlled by Wallace. Quickly to Jackson. No. And Danielle Marshall is there with the miss.
That would have been a quick one right off that opening tap. Tough runner by Jackson that time.
Lawrence Moten is out defensively on Daron Sheffer. Wallace has got Donnie Marshall. Oh, Sheffer, nice cut to the hole.
A lot of motion with this Connecticut offense. Nice give and go right there. And here's the press.
And there's the trap working. Sheffer to Ollie to Danielle. Missed it. Wallace aggressively for the glass, but he was the last to touch it. It'll still be Connecticut ball.
One of the keys when you're able to get the turnovers to finish at the offensive end. For Syracuse, they've got to take good care of the basketball tonight.
Kevin Ollie to make the inbounds pass. Sheffer, kind of a wild toss, but Donnie Marshall able to track it down, and Ollie will now reset the offense.
Syracuse goes to a 2-3. They started out man-to-man. They'll mix it up.
They played some great man-to-man the other night against the Villanova Wildcats. I'm not sure, though, matchup-wise, whether they can get away with it against Connecticut.
Plus, they want to avoid those quick fouls inside in this one.
Danielle misses a three. Here's Jackson on the run. Having a little trouble controlling the ball. Otis Hill in the paint. And it won't stay down for him. Another rebound for Danielle Marshall, and the elbows go high. That gets the attention of the crowd.
They thought he might have walked, but there was some contact down there as well.
Eric Haywood to the hole. No. Rebound, John Wallace. Both teams missing some relatively easy shots.
A lot of emotion early in this one.
Yeah, I think some people are pretty tight out there. John Wallace with the turnaround.
Important for Syracuse to get some inside scoring in this game. Wallace be the key man down there.
Donnie Marshall ejected by Wallace.
That's what you call a message rejection. The thing goes right out of bounds, so Connecticut maintains possession, but this is one of these, hey, don't be trying to shoot that jump shot in my face, or I'm going to send it right out of here.
It's embarrassing when it doesn't get out of your hands.
Yeah, it's right there for it. Donnie Marshall played so well early. And at Pitt, Connecticut plays great early in the game to grab the lead, take the crowd out of it early in the second half. We'll see if they can do the same tonight.
And there's Moten with a block on Sheffer. And Marshall hustles back into the play, unable to save it, but not for any lack of effort.
That's a great all-out dive by Donnie. Plays with a lot of emotion out there.
Tied at 2, just about 2 minutes into the game. Autry examining the zone. Moten, tough little pull-up. Rebound. Moten! Oh, great play.
Lawrence seems to be able to find a way to be around the ball.
Ollie, no, and a foul on the drive as Kevin Ollie is very, very good at pushing the ball right back down your throat in a hurry.
Now, one thing that'll tell Syracuse in this game, if they score a basket, they better get back defensively quickly, because Kevin Ollie, when he pushes it, is like lightning out there.
Otis Hill picked up the foul, his first. Otis Hill has been in foul trouble since the Big East season began.
Yeah, he's fouled out 6 times this year. Very important that he stays on the floor, because Connecticut will come inside with a lot of bodies in this game.
One of the big reasons I felt that Syracuse lost that game down in Providence that you and I had a chance to do is that Otis Hill and Reef Snyder, neither one got a chance to ever get any rhythm or really play. They were gone. Both of them fouled out in less than 10 minutes of play.
That was a key in that one. Of course, Michael Smith grabbing 26 boards was a factor as well.
Pass thrown away, but Hill gets lucky. Finds Moten on the baseline to Jackson. Rebound, Moten.
I think when you've got a great player like Lawrence Moten, always seems to have a nose for the ball. Nice look.
Haywood has it slapped away, though. Otis Hill stepped on the baseline. Jim Boeheim trying to point the other way.
A little sign language with Teddy Valentine out there. Everybody into this one.
Syracuse by 2 early. Danielle Marshall. Sheffer wide open for 3. Front rims it. Rebound in traffic. Taken down by Otis Hill.
Huge rebound.
Autry. Bounce pass is kicked out of bounds by Daron Sheffer, and Travis Knight will be first off the Connecticut bench tonight. Eric Haywood sits down.
UConn rotates their centers. Hayward has started the last 10 games for UConn, all wins. Travis Knight will play early in this game. Connecticut very cold from the floor.
Had their worst shooting game of the year against Syracuse back at the Hartford Civic Center. They won it, but they only shot like 38-39%.
And they held Syracuse to 36% in that game. I think for Syracuse to win this game tonight, they've got to shoot it well, because Connecticut, as the game wears on, will be tough on the backboards.
Jackson, big time three, and he buries it.
He's averaging in double figures in Big East play for Syracuse. Very capable to get hot from the outside.
Nearly another steal. Donnie Marshall.
That's what Donnie did on Saturday night at Pitt. Came up big from three-point land and from the perimeter early. And here's the press where Connecticut will try to get it down the sidelines.
We've got a timeout. With the score, Syracuse 9 and UConn 7. Back with more in a minute. 1-9-7, Syracuse by 2 over Connecticut. And this copyrighted telecast is produced by authority of the Big East Conference and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Big East Conference is prohibited. 15:49 to play here in the first half. Syracuse out quickly, but now it's a 2-point game at 9-7. Donyell Marshall hasn't scored yet in the game.
1-3-1 here by UConn. They'll try to trap in the corners.
Moten trying to probe it more than anything else. And the pass is picked off by Ollie. He's got Donnie Marshall with him. There he is. And the foul is going to go, let's see, either Hill or Autry. Well, make it Jackson.
Nice pressure by Connecticut. They come up with the steal, and then you try to get the break action. Real good pursuit by Syracuse, as you see Jackson come into the picture, but a good 2-on-1 break by the Huskies.
Otis Hill got a little piece of Donnie Marshall earlier in that drive and then tried to kind of hide out there. He was,
well, the way they've been calling on him lately, he's saying, hey, I don't want to get any early.
Five points for Donnie Marshall here tonight. We might have featured the wrong Marshall off the top here. 9-all.
John Wallace, a real factor against the UConn press. He sees over the defense pretty well with his height.
Adrian Autry, no rebound underneath, and that one's going to be on Donnie Marshall, I believe. That's his first. Make that his second, excuse me. Otis Hill. Back rims the little jumper. Moten in there scrapping, got a hand on it twice. Sheffield over the loose ball. Up to Wally. Sheffield. Crowd thought he traveled, so did Jim Boeheim. Donnie Marshall, no with the three. Travis Knight off the tip from Donyell Marshall. Donnie takes it into the paint, kicks it out. Offensive foul, and the third on Donnie Marshall.
That's a big foul. Early in this one with 14:48 to go. Donnie's going to have to sit down now for the rest of the half. Nice position in there defensively by Otis Hill. No question about the call. And you think with two, Donnie could have pulled up here and found some space, but Hill with the great react.
Lawrence Moten missing the other way. Rebound by Ollie. Ollie's very active here early. Brian Fair is into the game. Essentially a three-guard offense out there right now.
That's right. Fair can shoot the three. Ollie's been great with the ball. Better than a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio this year. Tough man-to-man defense right now by the Orangemen.
Moten has got Brian Fair. Near steal, and then Jackson caused the double tip off Ollie out of bounds.
14-13 to play here in the half, tied at 9.
2-3 zone right now by the Huskies.
Jackson front rims at Hill. A great offensive rebound. Back up for 2.
Wow, that's a big league play by the freshman, and he's out of the blocks well tonight. Danielle's got to get involved more in this Connecticut offense.
Brian Fair knocks down a 3.
Although that will help if Fair
sure will.
can do that kind of damage.
Jackson loses it. Loose ball. Autry rejected. Danielle Marshall. And a reach-in foul as Otis Hill went up. Kevin Ollie picked it up. That's the first on Ollie. Otis Hill at the line, 70% free throw shooter in conference games. Tied at 12.
Been very active off the board so far in this game, both ends of the floor.
Danielle Marshall comes down with the miss. Nearly 7 minutes gone. Danielle Marshall still not in the book.
He was quiet early Saturday night against Pitt. Still finished with 25, so I expect to look down at the end of the game. Still see him there. Scored over 20 in every game this year, except for one. He had 17.
And a cut inside. There's the first 2 and a foul. Lucius Jackson picks up his second.
Fine look inside. That's that high-low pass you love to see with your big man. And Travis Knight, with his height, can see right over Otis Hill with a great pass and catch and finish.
That was wishful thinking on Lucius's part, going after that one.
I'll say.
3-point play for Danielle Marshall. 3-point Connecticut lead at 15-12.
UConn continues to mix up the defense. Moten and Autry tend to go at that single high with the double high.
Jackson answers on the baseline. Danielle for 3. Jackson the rebound. Quickly to Autry. Autry off the shoulder of Wallace, got lucky. Dishes again to Wallace. And Wallace will go to the line. It's either Knight or Marshall. I think it's Knight. Foul is on Travis Knight. Action last night, Georgetown losing to Boston College 71-64. Howard Isley, a big game, and Arturas Karnišovas with a 3 at the buzzer, or just about at the buzzer. 5 seconds to go in overtime. Gives Seton Hall the win over Providence.
BC is really on a good roll right now, and that's a nice win at home for the Hall.
Otis Hill and Jackson go to the Syracuse bench. Reef Snyder and McCorkle have come in. Scott McCorkle had a great game on Saturday night against the Villanova Wildcats. Eric Haywood is back in the lineup for Connecticut with Kevin Ollie, Daron Sheffer, Brian Fair, and Danielle Marshall.
Jim Boeheim's trying to work his bench early, but Connecticut will go to its bench early and often in this game, and you don't want to get worn down in this kind of a contest for the late stages. 2-3 by Syracuse.
Syracuse back up 1. Danielle down on the baseline, waits for the contact, and that's exactly what he did there.
Well, he's looking over at John Wallace as if to say, I'm waiting for you while I'm in the air to draw this foul. Nice look along the baseline right there, waits and draws it.
That's the first on John Wallace as Ray Allen makes his first appearance of the night, and Kevin Ollie sits down. And Danielle is back at the line. Has a chance to be the first player in Connecticut history to get more than 800 points in a season if he keeps going.
Tony Hansen back in the 75-76 season.
Tony could score, couldn't he?
Yeah, just nipped it over 700. So that shows you the kind of year that Danielle's having, where he's really just taking his game up to a new level.
He now has 5. Huskies go back up 1, and they come with some full court pressure.
see if Syracuse can get the ball to the middle. They've got Moten in there. This time they just try to break it and not attack.
They get it to Wallace in the paint. Pretty good shot.
Syracuse able to find the seams in the zone early in this one.
John Wallace has got 6. Danielle's just kind of floating down on the baseline there. Reefsnyder trying to keep track of him. There's Danielle again. The contact, no foul this time. Eric Haywood, the follow, no foul. Danielle, no. Rebound to Wallace.
Ooh, a lot of contact on that one.
Autry to Reefsnyder. Reefsnyder again, slapped away out of bounds. Connecticut ball.
Oh, let the boys play in this first half of action.
Jim Beha. Not at all happy with that one. 18-17, Syracuse back after these words from our local stations. Syracuse by 1 with 11:30 to go here in the first half. Mike Gorman along with Ron Perry. The Connecticut Huskies, of course, had 8-0, the second best start ever in Big East Conference play. And a win here tonight. They'll be all alone in second place and chasing St. John's. 14-0 and 84-85.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great starts, and it's Connecticut's best start ever with the overall 18-1. So they're off and running. Look at this pressure by Syracuse out of the 2-3 zone.
Ray Allen takes it into the paint, is stripped. Here's Moten to Autry. Autry for 2.
Syracuse doing a nice job early in this one with some pressure defense and running when they have the numbers.
Brian Fair trying to get it down low to Danielle Marshall, got fouled. Fair's going to get 2. I thought he was passing it.
Thought he was looking, but maybe he said to the ref, I was going up, and that just looked like a pass with my arm being pulled. Brian's minutes certainly down in Big East play, under 10 minutes a game, but very capable to come out and get that jump shot to go down.
Good effort tonight with 5 points off the bench. Syracuse by 1 as we approach 11 to go in the first half. This one playing as close as everyone expected it would.
Connecticut man-to-man. We're seeing a lot of defensive changes early in this one to try to mix things up.
Moten trying to create something down the baseline with Sheffer on him. They were 2 of the smartest players in the Big East, I'll tell you. Marshall with the rebound. Danielle has shown all year he can do this, and that is go coast to coast himself.
Oh, he is really doing it all this year for the Huskies, and no one opens his, I'll handle it, and finish.
7 for Danielle, and the Huskies grab the lead back at 21-20, halfway through the first half. Autry looking for Hill in the paint. McCorkle got it. If Syracuse is going to win this game, they are going to need people to step up, and that's an example of it right there.
McCorkle coming off the good game on Saturday, very confident in this one.
Brian Fair, no rebound. John Wallace in the middle to Moten. Lost the handle, picked off by Sheffer. Great pass.
Has a way of finding Danielle in the open court.
I would too if I played on the same team with him.
No question. Get it to the man who can finish.
And watch your assist total grow. 23 all. McCorkle in traffic, and he got fouled.
That's that confidence factor. McCorkle hits the jumper last time and says, hey, this time I'm going to get it to the goal as the defense rushes out to me. There's that good heads-up pass out by Sheffer and Danielle with the over-the-shoulder slam.
Nice little finish on that one. Huh?
Yeah.
Kevin Ollie is back in the game now for Connecticut. Fourth point of the night from McCorkle. Syracuse back up 1. Ollie Donyell Marshall, Ray Allen, Eric Haywood, Brian Fair on the floor right now for the Huskies. Moten, Sims, McCorkle, Hill, and Wallace for Syracuse. Fair takes it in the lane. Tough shot goes down.
Oh, what a runner. They say when you go up for the jump shot, come down in the same spot, don't float. He was going too fast that time.
7 points off the bench for Brian Fair tonight. Inside, Hill turns, makes it.
That's a sweet post-up move by Otis Hill that time.
Took it right to Eric Haywood. Fair fakes it, now takes it, got it again.
Tell me he doesn't want the basketball right now. He knows how to finish.
27 all, McCorkle. Rebound to Ray Allen, ahead, Donyell, 2 more.
Oh, that's beautiful. Sims is right there, but the nice loft pass to say, hey, go up and get it, Donyell.
Hill on the cut to Wallace. Donyell Marshall made him change the shot, and then John Wallace reached in on a foul. Second on John Wallace. And he would like to have that arm movement back.
It was quite an exchange right there, several times up and down the floor. A lot of athletes, quickness for both clubs on the floor tonight.
Hill and Moten go to Jim Boeheim's bench. Sims, Autry, Jackson, Reef Snyder, and Wallace are on the floor. Allen directing a little traffic. Kirk King is into the game. Marshall, a floater, won't get down for him. Reef Snyder the rebound. Gives it to Sims, covered by Ollie. Quickly ahead, Autry. Autry's going to take it. Rebound to Kirk King. Up to Ray Allen. Huskies look to run. Allen to Ollie. Now they'll reset their offense. 7:25 to go here first half. Connecticut by 2 and the ball. Brian Fair again gets the roll.
Well, when you're hot, you get some bounces like that, and Brian Fair going right to the basket.
11 first half points for Brian Fair. Howie Dickerman's feeling pretty good calling Brian Fair's number right now. I'll tell you.
That's right. He's leaving him out there. No question.
Adrian Autry the miss. Allen the rebound. Knocked away. Gets the loose ball ahead to Ollie. Ollie, there he goes. Blocking foul on Reef Snyder.
Kevin, Ollie had a head of steam on that one. And it's so tough with his quickness to get the position you need to have, and you can see him drive that left leg and hip in there. Good call by the official, unable to get in the way, under control against Kevin. He is moving like a lightning bolt that time.
Brian Fair, a seat now on the Connecticut bench with 11 points. Their own Sheffer has come back in. Ollie misses the free throw. Kevin is a very good free throw shooter. Knocks down the second one. Third point of the night for Ollie. We have got a timeout. 6:50 to go here first half. The Huskies with their biggest lead. It's 5. Up 5, and now for our MCI proof positive replay. Proof positive that when you're hot, you're hot.
Brian Fair off the bench in this one with 11 first half points for Connecticut. Gets the nice roll there after draining a few long-range bombs. He'll take it.
You gonna make him a member of the posse now?
Absolutely. He's there. With that first half output, he's risen to the occasion, and Connecticut's gotten it done down low in this first half. We thought they would have some success.
Moten, Reef Snyder, Wallace, Jackson, and Autry on the floor right now for Syracuse. King, Allen, Marshall, Sheffer, and Ollie. Rebound, Reef Snyder in traffic, nicely done, and he gets a foul off Kirk King.
It's an excellent example of the pump fake when you're able to get an offensive rebound. Right there, get your man up in the air, draw the foul, and if you're lucky on that kind of a hack, maybe you'll get it to drop, but not that time.
Kirk King, the freshman, who I think is going to be a very, very good player at Connecticut before he's through. He's got a ton of talent. He can jump out of the building.
Best vertical leap on the team. Outstanding athletic ability. All he needs is time to hone those talents.
Reef Snyder makes a moat. 32-29. Man-to-man this trip out of the orange. Wallace has got Marshall. And that's a handful. And then some. Moten. He is so good.
He is so quick. He anticipates. Jimmy Boeheim gives him that fist on that one, saying, great anticipation.
He just sucks you in and makes you think you can get the pass by him.
That was a flat pass that time. You want to have a good angle on it. Crowd gets involved now.
They sure do. 5:45. Ollie to Sheffer. Bounce pass. Allen. Baseline jumper. No. Got a push on Donyell Marshall. That's the first on Donyell. And after Connecticut had hit Syracuse with an 8-2 run, Syracuse now has got a chance to grab the lead back. Wallace will be at the line. 18 foul on Syracuse, on Connecticut. 7 have been called on Syracuse. Remember for years how they said that Syracuse couldn't shoot free throws?
Not this year. They're at 75% in league play. They've been dynamite, hitting it close to an 80% clip lately. So, again, close game by 2 good free throw shooting teams.
The Orange by 1. Donyell comes to the ball.
This is where it's great to have a go-to guy like Donyell, the crowd involved.
Kevin Ollie takes it to the paint, gives it to Travis Knight. He buries a jumper.
Oh, nice job. We talk about Connecticut with a lot of answers, and we're seeing it here in this first half.
UConn by 1 again. Reef Snyder almost had it knocked away. Moten.
That was some kind of a rainbow. Lawrence showing us the inside stuff. Says, hey, I can drop it down from 3, too.
9 from Moten. Syracuse by 2.
It's a good ball game.
Moten the strip. Donyell Marshall. No. Nice follow. Allen tipped by Knight.
Travis Knight has been in this center rotation, so Connecticut has gotten a lot of minutes out of Knight and Hayward, and Boo Willingham we haven't seen yet. He gets it done.
Pitt with the early 11-point lead, or make that the second half lead. Low-scoring game with Miami. Moten, the spinner in the lane, back rims it. Moten, no, a second time. Wallace, he got fouled. Syracuse on the offensive glass.
Connecticut with a 3-guard lineup out there right now, getting hurt on the offensive board. This is like ping pong action there for Syracuse this time. Moten with a couple of chances, and then Wallace able to draw it.
Travis Knight with the foul, his second. Wallace looking to snap yet another tie. That one won't stay down. And we will see Boo Willingham for the first time in the game as he heads to the scorer's table. And he's not going to get in. Didn't get there fast enough.
Ball had already been handed to John Wallace. Said, hey, split second off for that substitution.
9 first half points for Wallace. Now Willingham will get in, and Knight goes to the Connecticut bench. We approach 4 minutes to play in a well-played first half. 37-36 to Cuse by 1. Willingham looking to settle a screen. Nearly had it picked by Otis Hill. Boo doesn't get it down. Rebound, Jackson in traffic. Jackson, nice crossover move. Jackson to Wallace.
Lucius Jackson created that one.
Brian Fair back in over the top. Donyell Marshall lost it. Otis Hill has got it. Moten wants it. Got it!
Oh, what action in this first half. Lawrence Moten so poised out there.
Connecticut a timeout. Syracuse by 6, 42-36. A 15-4 run by Syracuse in the last 3:04.
Well, this was the first basket of the 5 they just scored. Great penetration by Jackson. And John Wallace is having a big game inside. And then Lawrence Moten just doing what he does best, taking what the defense gives him, drops the 3.
Moten now has 12. He's the leading scorer in the game. 11 apiece for Donyell Marshall and Brian Fair. 42-36 with 3:10 to go in the first half. This is a heck of a college basketball game going on right here.
This is a heavyweight affair.
Yes, it is.
This is a time where Connecticut really would like to get one good timeout to settle things down. And you'd think that they'd try to find Donyell somehow inside.
Ray Allen, nice crossover move, leans into traffic and gets 2.
How about the poise out of that freshman, Ray Allen? He's been doing it all year.
There is a lot of very good talent on this floor right now. Adrian Autry uses the screen from Hill. Haywood jumps out. Hill gets it back. Good look. Stripped by Sheffer. Sheffer on the break to Donyell. Swoops in for 2.
He knows who to find out there. Donyell.
Moten quickly the other way, but found by Sheffer early. Gets it down to Wallace. Wallace. Nothing there. Haywood the rebound, and if that's Wallace, that's a silly third.
I think that's who it's on.
Yep.
He got popped in the face on the play, but reached. He left himself with a tough angle on the power move, didn't bank it off the glass, and then picks up that touch foul, trying to make up for the miss.
Scott McCorkle in and Wallace out, and Lawrence Moten goes and gives the sophomore a little pat. So does Jim Boeheim. Eric Haywood's going to find himself at the free throw line. A chance to get the Huskies back to a tie. You have a feeling this might be a game, a little runs back and forth.
Difficult to pull away. Both teams just taking big swings at each other. Oh, nice roll. Usually don't get those on the road. Jim Boeheim, his 18th season, has had 16 20-plus seasons out of the first 17.
Ball kept alive by Donyell Marshall, tipped by Lawrence Moten. Moten, nice feed. Autry for 2.
Want to make good decisions on the break. Moten does right there. Oh, nice move by Sheffer.
Sure was.
Oh.
Sheffer open, gets it down on the baseline. Donyell can't find a way. Otis Hill throws it ahead to McCorkle. And he gets a foul from Brian Fair on the way by.
Otis Hill with a tremendous outlet pass that time to lead McCorkle out on the fast break. I mean, he takes this ball over his head and throws it right out there. Look at the lead on this pass. Perfect on the one hop to get McCorkle with the momentum to the basket.
A little touch foul on the way by. McCorkle has responded off Jim Boeheim's bench with 6. Syracuse by 5.
Here's the zone right now. We'll see Ray Allen and Sheffer, main guys on the wings.
Sheffer looking for Donyell Marshall, skips it instead to Allen. Inside Eric Haywood in traffic, short, tip Donyell.
Oh, Nobody put a body on him, and he just gets in there, finds a way.
15 first-half points for Donyell Marshall.
Started off quietly, but again, the numbers are there.
Moten chases down his own miss. Oh, great play. When they got a foul on Kevin Ollie. That was a Larry Bird play down there on the baseline by Lawrence Moten. You take a look at the fake with this pass here.
I went for it. I was looking for the pass on this play. He goes over the head here. Kevin Ollie goes with it. And there's the foul. I was looking left. He just does things at a pace that is his pace, and it works.
13 now for Moten here in the first half. Stick around at the half. We'll have a special on Bill Curley of Boston College, along with our Volkswagen report from everything around the league and stats and highlights, and there have been a ton of them in this first half. Syracuse back up by 5. Skip pass for Sheffer. Back to Fair. Fair's going to take it. He's still hot.
Oh, just a great effort by Brian Fair, giving UConn a real lift off the bench in this first half.
How about 14 points?
Big time. Averaging 2 points a game in league play, Mike. He's really stepped up, and the Syracuse right here is going to try to work down toward that last shot. A couple of seconds will be left on it for UConn.
Fair trying to deny Autry. UConn will see the ball again, maybe not for long, but they will. Moten front rims it, rebound, Donyell Marshall, and he got fouled by Scott McCorkle, who's real close to a technical. In fact, he just got one. I was surprised the first official let it go, but Ted Valentine wasn't about to let it go.
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
I think Jim Boeheim's point is that Ted came from mid-court to call this when it's not called right there. But nevertheless, he says to Scott, hey, let's settle it down right here.
I think McCorkle thought he had been hit on the head, and it was one of his teammates who got him on the head. It wasn't Donyell Marshall.
That's right.
Adrian Autry, as the captain of Syracuse, out talking to Ted Valentine, and Donyell Marshall steps to the free throw line. Wow. I mean, they're like 23,000 ticked off people right here. And Donyell just buried the first.
He doesn't hear them.
And the second.
And the possession, of course, for UConn. After the 2-shot technical, so Scott McCorkle gets a personal foul for that tee. This could end up being
a 7-point play. I mean, ultimately.
Donyell's going to end up with big numbers here for the first half.
He sure is. Howie Dickerman saying, oh, this is good stuff. I like this.
Boeheim's over there saying to Ted, it's not your call. That was his concern on the play. But Scott was definitely vehement in his objection to the call.
Donyell Marshall makes 3 of 4 to give Connecticut a 1-point lead. They get the ball with 8 seconds. Jim Boeheim is still working Ted Valentine. Sheffer to Brian Fair. A floater by Fair goes down.
Oh, what a half.
Brian Fair with the half of his life. Jim Boeheim is not going to leave quietly. And UConn leads by 3, 51-48. Brian Fair doing it all.
That is some kind of runner just before the halftime buzzer.
It's halftime. We said on paper this was one of the Big East games of the season. It has not disappointed. We'll be back after these words from our local stations. It's a 3-point game at the half, 51-48. The Connecticut Huskies whip the lead. Lawrence Moten with 14 first half points, hit some big ones, including this big time 3. I mean, that's from way out there.
Just pulls up so under control always knows where he is and what he's doing on the floor.
And Brian Fair, who had 16 points in the first 8 Big East games of the year, had 16 in the first half tonight.
He was just unconscious, Mike, hitting shots from all over with runners, that one-hander from 15, and a big one just before the buzzer.
This is just a terrific basketball game. 46% shooting for Connecticut, 45 for Syracuse. Both teams, as we said, excellent free throw shooting teams, and they are showing it here tonight. The Connecticut bench, led by Brian Fair, dominating here, 22-9 points in the paint in Connecticut's favor. We are underway here in the second half. It's Ollie, Donnie Marshall, who only played 5 minutes of that first half because of foul trouble. Eric Haywood, Donyell Marshall, and Daron Sheffer. Sheffer with just 2 points. Donnie Marshall with just 5 points. And yet Connecticut has a ton of answers. They throw it away on their first possession, though, here in the second half.
Excellent man-to-man defense by Syracuse, denying the basketball.
Adrian Autry, John Wallace, Otis Hill, Lawrence Moten, Lucius Jackson are out there for Syracuse. Connecticut opens man-to-man. Donyell Marshall had Jackson. Hill's turnaround won't go. Loose. Wallace, right spot. Hill, yes.
There's those second chance baskets, making the most of it.
7 points now for Otis Hill in a 1-point game, 51-50. Syracuse, I mean, it sounds funny to say with Connecticut with 51 points on the board. Syracuse has had a very strong defensive effort here tonight. Autry for 2. And the Cuse grabs the lead back.
It was really a well-played first half, and we're starting the second half the same way we left off.
Sheffer skips the pass for Ollie. Gets it back. Nice little ball fake. Floats in the lane. Can't kiss it home. Donnie Marshall fouled by Lucius Jackson, and that is 3 on Lucius Jackson. He and Wallace now with 3 apiece. First half scoring, Donyell Marshall leading the way with 18, Fair with 16. And on the other side for Syracuse, Lawrence Moten with 14, John Wallace with 11. Eric Haywood out, Travis Knight in for Connecticut, Donnie Marshall at the free throw line.
So important for the Orangemen front line to stay out of foul difficulty in this game. John Wallace picked up his 3rd just before the first half, and Lucius Jackson just picking up number 3, and Jim Boeheim saying, gee, I wish you hadn't reached in on that one.
Jackson and Wallace will continue to play with 3. Connecticut man again. Knight has got Wallace. Wallace wants to work on it. Leans into the lane. And an offensive foul on John Wallace, number 4. Wallace was intent on taking the ball tonight, and he did.
Lowers his shoulder right there. There is movement on the part of Knight, but the ruling is that he had good position.
Sheffer thought about the shot, skips it to Ollie. Donyell touching it first time. Tough shot baseline. Oh, Travis Knight.
He'll tell him later that was an alley-oop pass.
Connecticut back on top by 3.
With all this foul trouble inside, Syracuse is going to have to be good with the clock. They're going to have to play some zone in this half. Wallace out there with 4 right now.
Moten gets it to Hill. Hill can't hit the turnaround. Donyell Marshall in traffic with the rebound. Sheffer ahead to Donnie Marshall. Syracuse a nice job getting back defensively. Inside, Donnie Marshall, outside Ollie. Nice passing by the Huskies. Knight misses, gets his own rebound, gets it back to Sheffer. Finds Donyell, no. Knight trying to tip it, rebound to Wallace. Here comes Moten.
A lot of opportunities there for Connecticut, getting the hand of the ball.
Moten finds a way, comes up short, follows, yes, and a foul.
What an effort by Lawrence that time. He just has a nose for the basketball. Feels the defense. He's in all kinds of trouble here, but somehow able to get it off. The great concentration. He's a guy that single-handedly can keep Syracuse right around in this one.
Jerome Sheffer with his second personal foul. Moten completes the three-point play, tied again at 55. This is just a fun game. Near steal by Autry down in the corner. Autry the last to touch it.
He's raising his hand there like for the foul. And then he collapses. All right, it is Connecticut's ball. Don't want to be too quick to get the hand up. This is zone right now by Syracuse. They've got to play this now with the foul difficulties inside.
Sheffer short with the three. Donyell Marshall saves it. Sheffer again. Missed that one. Knight on the weak side. Knocked out of bounds. And it's still Husky basketball. Jim Boeheim.
Off the leg, he says. And I think he's got a case here. Let's see where that thing goes off. It looked like it went off a Knight. Could be a break for Connecticut here.
See if they can capitalize. Sheffer's been unable to hit outside. Nice pass, but it's blocked down low, and Wallace comes away with it. Autry to Hill.
What a feed that time by Autry. Great read.
Syracuse by 2. Autry the steal. He's got Moten with him for 2.
Good defense turning into easy baskets. Another great feed by Autry.
Syracuse just keeps responding. Every time it looks like Connecticut may knock them down, the Orange are up quickly.
Lucius Jackson really pounding away down there with Donyell.
Travis Knight, no. And Lucius Jackson has just picked up his 4th personal foul. We are going to get a timeout with the score. Syracuse 59 and Connecticut 55. Back after these messages from US Air. With 15 and change to go in the game.
And they've got the quick hands. You can't have that ball hanging around Adrian Autry. And look at that dish. What a beautiful feed. The left hand by Moten. Autry, number 4 all-time in assists.
And the Huskies throw it away again. Donnie Marshall and Moten battle. And Donnie Marshall picks up his 4th personal foul. We've been told that what we thought was the 4th personal foul on John Wallace was changed to a traveling call. So Wallace is playing with 3. Lucius Jackson with 4. Donnie Marshall goes to the bench. Ray Allen comes in.
Donnie's having one of those nights where he can't get into the flow. It's that close call where he's picking up the personals.
Otis Hill looking for some help. Skips it back to Moten out near half court. Inside to Hill. The turnaround. 2 more. Otis Hill now has 11. 6-point Syracuse lead. Brian Fair, no. Rebound. Knight fighting for it. Gets it to Fair. There's 23,000 people signaling for a travel. Ray Allen baseline. Oh, what a nice little hesitation move.
Credit to Travis Knight that time for keeping Connecticut with possession.
Autry takes it in, gets an easy 2.
Adrian Autry at 6'4", strong enough to go in there with the big guys.
Donyell Marshall in this half, much like the first, quiet to open the game. Ray Allen knocks down a 3.
Nice penetration by Brian Fair, and Ray Allen doing what he's done all year, hitting that jumper off the bench.
Autry behind the Hill screen goes the other way. Autry short, but he got himself fouled by Brian Fair. Donnie Marshall with 4, Jackson 4, McCorkle, Wallace 3 apiece. Autry and Moten, neither one of them have committed a foul, remarkably enough, in this game. And Autry at the line. Wow, that's rare. That is rare. 93% he's shooting in the league. He was 25 or 27 coming in. Ooh, he bricked 2 of them.
Yeah, that's unbelievable the way he's been shooting the ball from the line.
Connecticut seems content to go where the offense is and take what the defense is given. They're not forcing the ball to Donyell Marshall at all. Shefford. There's a bounce pass into Kirk King.
And a fine one at that. King had done a great job to seal off Reef Snyder under the basket.
First bucket for Kirk King. Here come the Huskies again, now down 1 after Syracuse had opened a 6-point lead. Moten. Little pull-up jumper. No. Wallace, nice rebound.
And finish.
13 for John Wallace. Ray Allen in traffic. Kicks it out. Fair will take it. No. Rebound loose. Tipped. Donyell Marshall can't save it. It comes back to Syracuse. Howie Dickerman has been working that sideline. He's going to get Kevin Ollie back into the game. And he gets him in for Brian Fair.
Brian's cooled off a little bit from the first half, but no one could have kept that pace. That was unreal.
Brian never wanted that first half to end.
That's right.
And they've got their own Sheffer on the hand check, I believe. And that'll be 3 fouls on Sheffer. Four fouls on UConn here in the first 7 minutes of the second half, 2 on Syracuse. The Orange, the ball, and a 3-point lead. Wallace again.
How about that for a monster dunk, Mike? When you play tight man-to-man defense, this is going to happen. Donyell goes for the steal. John Wallace, that's the kind of play at home where you really can get the home crowd excited. Bang! Kirk King, or I should say Ray Allen, over a little bit too late. Adrian Autry with some very nice reads tonight for Syracuse from the top, hitting the open man.
Otis Hill has come back in. Jim Boeheim with as big a lineup really as he can put on the floor right now, with Wallace, Reef Snyder, and Hill along the front line. 16 for John Wallace. It's back to a 6-point Syracuse lead. Sheffer to Ollie. Allen takes it in the paint.
Oh! Man, where did that one come from? Thought he's going in for the easy lay-in and just sends it.
Ray. It doesn't get a whole lot better than this.
Oh, this is back and forth action.
Moten hits a 3.
Boy, the backcourt for Syracuse is playing a great game tonight. Moten and Autry.
It'll be Connecticut ball with a fresh 35, 12-11 to go in the game. This is Ray Allen taking it strong.
Well, he gets the seam and just says, hey, I'm sending this one down over Otis Hill. What a leaping ability he's got.
Just as quickly up the other end, though, Lawrence Moten was able to stick the 3 and push the lead to 7. 12 minutes to go in the game. Allen. Moten tried to take him out with a cross-body block there. Allen fakes the 3. Sheffer is going to get the jump shot. It's not going down for Daron Sheffer tonight, and that's going to be a foul on Willingham over the back. Critical little stretch of the game here for the Huskies.
And Mike, Donyell has started out this second half like the first. He's scoreless so far in the second half.
They are on their feet at the Dome. Syracuse by 7, under 12 to go. Back after these words from our... We are back at the Carrier Dome. Would like to take this moment to commend the right guard Academic Challenge Award winner this week. It's Kevin Lyles of Seton Hall.
Yeah, the junior finance major broke his own meet record in the 400-meter dash at the 1993 Big East Indoor Track and Field Championship.
And the Soft and Dry Academic Challenge Award winner Teresa Roy of Connecticut.
Mechanical engineering major, a senior. Terry is a two-time All-America selection in the heptathlon.
Huskies come with some full court pressure. Autry just gets it across, is trapped, and has to call a timeout.
That's right where Connecticut wants to trap Syracuse. Good call by Autry.
11:38 to go in the game. It's still Syracuse by 7. 71-64. Syracuse the ball and a 7-point lead. Mike Gorman along with Ron Perry and about 25,000 or so here at the Carrier Dome.
Syracuse really shooting it well here tonight. Connecticut's got to get some stops here, and Syracuse, which has struggled from three-point land, has been effective from there as well.
Otis Hill, a couple of nice fakes, and he banks it home. Otis Hill is having himself an evening.
He stayed out of foul trouble early, and now he's got his offense rolling. Here's the Syracuse zone, and Connecticut's got to get Donyell Marshall, and Marshall himself has got to get more involved in the offense.
Largest lead of the night for Syracuse. Sheffer has been unable to hit threes. There's Donyell, gets 2. Nice call, Mark.
He's the man. They've got to find him, the go-to guy.
Ball chipped away by Donyell Marshall. It'll still be Syracuse's possession. 30 on the shot clock. Just under 11 minutes to go on the game. Ooh, Adrian Autry really went up and down there.
Yeah, just got rid of that one. Sure did. Man-to-man. Connecticut's got to bear down defensively.
Moten the miss outside. Willingham takes it down. Looks and finds Ollie. To Sheffer, he tries again. No, rebound. Nice play by McCorkle. Autry in the middle on the break. Autry keeps going. Moten!
He's always around. Great penetration by Autry. Connecticut, though, doesn't come up with the big rebound.
24 for Lawrence Moten. The lead stays at 9.
Game like this one on the road, you've got to get some stops defensively.
Otis Hill nods in agreement to the official. Otis is so happy to have 10 minutes go in the game and only 2 fouls.
That's right. I mentioned it early. He's been fouled out of 6 Big East games this year, and he avoided those fouls early. Played a fine game tonight.
Halfway through the second half. Connecticut just 15 points here, 10 minutes into the second half. Donyell Marshall just 2, but there's a long way to go.
They've gone cold from the outside. Got to get some more penetrations to the basket.
Brian Fair back in, knocks down another 3.
Unless Brian can get that hot hand that he had in the first half. Here's some pressure now by the Huskies.
It's a nice call by Howie Dickerman, too, putting Fair back in the game.
Yeah, it really is. He's had the hot hand. Why not go with him? He'll probably find it again.
Miami hanging around, but down 10 to Pitt. Wallace!
Donyell's made a couple of gambles for the steal, and Wallace has come up big inside.
Wallace has himself 18 points. Moten's got 24. Ollie, the penetration, throws it up and in off the glass.
Oh, we've seen some great baskets, and that ranks right up there.
Here's the trap on Autry. Leans through it to Wallace. They get it to Moten. He's got daylight. Moten somehow gets there for the rebound.
And he's one of the best at following his own shot.
Wallace is fouled as he makes the move to the basket. And I think they're calling Sheffer. They are, and that's 4. Eric Haywood's come back in. Willingham's gone out. Donnie Marshall's going to come back in with those 4 personal fouls. And Danielle Marshall will sit down.
Brief rest.
I would think so. 9 minutes to go in the game. Syracuse by 6. And it stays at 6. John Wallace playing with 3 fouls. Lucius Jackson's been on the Syracuse bench for a while with 4. 19 now for John Wallace. 8 here in the second half. 7-point game. Donnie Marshall on a wing.
Man-to-man. Hayward's got to take the ball at Hill there if he plays that far off of him.
Sheffer back to Ollie, trying to kick it out to Fair, knocked out of bounds by McCorkle. Ray Allen's going to check back into the game for Connecticut with 14 on the shot clock. Daron Sheffer will sit down.
Allen and Fair, perimeter jump shooters out there right now.
Adrian Autry guilty of the little push as Ollie went by. Fourth team foul on Syracuse, just the first on Adrian Autry. Ollie gets it into Donnie Marshall. I don't think Donnie Marshall realized how open he was. Brian Fair hits another 3.
He's having a huge night tonight at the Dome.
22 for Brian Fair. Autry inside Moten, trying to get it up and draw a foul, and Wallace loses the handle. Loose ball to Allen.
Good no call that time.
Ollie looking for the push. Keeps on trucking. Back to Allen. In and out with the 3. Tip. Donnie Marshall.
Neither team's going away in this one.
78-76 as Kevin Ollie jumps at half court waiting for Adrian Autry.
Both of these clubs are used to winning.
Moten got it.
Some great exchanges back and forth, and Connecticut doing a nice job with Ollie to push the basketball right now and not take a lot of time off the clock.
Ray Allen deep in the corner. Look briefly at Hayward. They reverse it to Ollie. Ollie, little stutter step, takes it in, trying to dump it. Nobody home. Wallace the loose ball. Autry on the break. Tough shot. Goes down.
Really had a great floor game tonight. All the right reads.
Ollie the other way. The kick to Allen. Donnie Marshall. Strong to the bucket. Blocking foul is called on Otis Hill.
And that would have been number 5 on Donnie Marshall.
It sure would have.
It's so hard when you've been on the bench to get back into the flow. Let's see if Donnie catches a break here. Ooh, I think he does. Looks like good position by Hill, but no. The ruling, there was some movement. Looked like he stepped in pretty well. Toughest call for the official, of course, is that offensive foul. Was there movement? Was there position?
Otis is saying, I got the worst rep.
Can be contagious when you're a freshman, you're a big guy, and you've been in foul trouble.
Donnie Marshall with his 10th point. 82-77. Just under 7 minutes to go.
He's got to pull up on that one with the 4, Mike.
1 of 2 for Donnie Marshall. Syracuse by 5 in the ball.
Syracuse has been very good with the ball tonight. They have handled the UConn pressure well. Moten and Autry running the charge.
Autry, little crossover move, the pull up. Got fouled by Brian Fair.
He's getting great penetration against Brian. He's going to try to push Autry further out. He's getting inside the paint area.
Howie Dickerman continues to pace the Connecticut sideline. Autry, who missed his last 2 free throws. Wow. Adrian has made 25 of 27 coming into tonight's game. He's 0 for 3. to a 6-point game, 6.5 to play. Donnie Marshall needs a little help. Ray Allen comes to the ball. Now Fair. Danielle back in the game. He's going to launch it and make it.
He's been buried underneath. Good move on his part. Says, I'm going to show myself from three-point land and starting hitting a couple of perimeter jumpers.
23 for Danielle Marshall, 83-80. Hill hands it back to Autry. Fair trying to stay with him. Nice entry pass to Wallace.
Again, Autry's been terrific. Nice catch, too, by Wallace.
Donnie Marshall. Rejected by Otis Hill. Out of the pack, Autry. To McCorkle.
Wallace! Oh, what an effort! The rejection at the other end and the finish by John Wallace. Unbelievable block by Otis Hill. He gets it right out of Marshall's hand. So close there, but no goaltend. And Wallace, great game.
What a game for John Wallace. He's got 24. Syracuse by 8 again. Danielle buries a 3.
Single-handedly, Danielle can get it done. What a game. Both teams are staying right in there.
This is as good a college basketball game as I've seen in years. And I've sat through a lot of college basketball games, I'll tell you.
I've been next to you for a lot of them. Connecticut 2-3 zone here. Try to change things up a bit. Autry's been getting great penetration against the man-to-man.
Jackson back in the game. Moten. Jackson's trying to set himself for a 3 down in the corner. 7 on the shot clock. Adrian Autry.
Getting down to the foul line area again.
Sheffer taking it strong, baseline, offensive foul on Daron Sheffer, and that is 5. A tough night for Daron Sheffer.
That time he stepped in.
Yep.
The other time I thought he had position against Donnie Marshall. That was coming in underneath Sheffer.
4 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the game. Syracuse by 7, 90-83. Home Syracuse by 7 with 4:43 to go. Time now for our MCI Proof Positive replay.
Some great action tonight. Adrian Autry has been leading the charge for Syracuse, and they are going at the basket very hard right now. John Wallace has been huge inside with another one of his jams. You keep going after that ball in there, you can get those kind of results. He's had a big night.
Oh, his best game as a Syracuse Orangeman has to be. Couldn't come at any bigger moment. Autry facing the pressure. Gets it ahead to Moten. Moten to Jackson. A little pull-up. No. Moten!
He's everywhere.
9-point Syracuse lead with 4:25 to go.
Connecticut's got to keep it close right now.
Donnie Marshall a 3.
That's a big one. And here's the UConn pressure, and they're pushing it up a bit further right now.
Autry stopped before the line, got it to Jackson. Jackson back to Autry. Danielle Marshall jumps out, near steal by Ollie. Autry got it back, and then tried to make a great pass to Otis Hill.
That would have been some effort if that led to a layup. Jimmy Boeheim into it as well.
Yeah, I would say so.
This is Danielle time if they can find him. He's the go-to man. There he is. He'll want it.
He's got a smaller Jackson on him.
He's got 4 fouls, too.
Takes the 3. Tipped up by Boo Willingham.
What a tip with one hand.
Everyone has responded who has played tonight.
Both clubs really want this game. Oh, a near walk by Wallace.
And a push is called on Kevin Ollie. 92-88, a 4-point game. Wallace will be at the free throw line. The lead stays at 4. Might be the only thing John Wallace has done wrong tonight. 8 of 11, as you see at the line.
Been a monster on the board.
25 points for Wallace, 5-point game. Ollie wants to get it to Donyell Marshall.
They're going to try to post him.
Willingham comes out to try to set a screen for Fair. And a whistle off the ball. Luke Jackson may be out of the game. Yep, that's 5.
He's trying the denial best he could against Donyell Marshall, and a lot of people pick up fouls, and they try to do that away from the ball.
Jim Boeheim wants to use the time he has to make the substitution to talk to his whole team.
John Wallace has played much of this second half with 3 fouls. Lucius Jackson had to sit for a good portion of the second half with 4. He'll use McCorkle, who has played well off the bench in this game.
Sure has. Had 7 first-half points. Battered and bruised as he is.
He gets after it. But the Band-Aid's going on his forehead and his right elbow. He's a senior, though. Been around. He's been in these kind of games at the Dome.
Husky ball, 3:13 to go, down 5. Into Donyell on the alley-oop. Hands it off to Ollie. No call. Ollie, Donnie Marshall thought about the 3 and then throws it away. Brian Fair was screaming for the ball out at the top of the key.
Thought about it, and when you think about it too much, you end up making a mistake like that one.
That may be a huge turnover. John Wallace with the rebound.
So we felt Syracuse, you know, to win this game had to shoot it well, which they have, and hold their own on the boards, which they have. But we've got ourselves a real battle. Connecticut has got to hold now defensively. Man-to-man set.
Autry the drive, the pull-up. McCorkle rejected and a goaltend.
Great effort by Willingham. And this is another one of those close calls. It's got to be on its downward flight with a chance to go. And tell you what, that's about as close as you can get.
That's real close is right.
Boo doesn't think it was a goaltend.
7-point game, 2:24 to play. Fair. Donnie Marshall the rebound.
Donyell Marshall with McCorkle's the matchup that UConn wants.
Fair's going to try again. No rebound. Otis Hill in the corner to Autry. Moten.
Big basket. Connecticut still has a couple of timeouts left. Look for them to try to get one and call one here.
Kevin Ollie follow Donyell Marshall. 97-90. Moten. I'm surprised he didn't shoot it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been the smart play, but the way it's been going down tonight for Moten, he's got 30. 15 on the shot clock.
And you're Connecticut there, you want to foul sooner. Shot clock down to 14. Make that reach in with 30 on the clock.
1:25 to go. Fourth foul on Brian Fair. Howie Dickinson and Kevin Ollie talking it over. Moten at the free throw line. Not the guy you want to see. Well, if you're a Husky fan, I was going to say you don't want Lawrence Moten having to make big free throws, but he missed the first.
Look at those numbers. Once again, dynamite for Moten.
But it is a 3-possession game with 1:25 to go. Ollie. Throws it away. Autry. Adrian Autry. Yes, and a foul. And Syracuse goes over the century mark.
What an effort by that guy tonight, Adrian Autry, and he's got his teammates on their feet. Syracuse has had that extra edge tonight, getting to the ball quick on defense. And when they've had the ball, they've had it in this man's hand, and he has not made a mistake with that ball in the open floor tonight. Great effort.
Donyell Marshall with 28 has done about as much as he could, but Syracuse, you can't imagine the Orangemen playing any better than they did tonight.
Yeah, they've had the gun fully loaded tonight, all barrels going.
It'll still be Connecticut ball down 11, 101-90. Donyell Marshall. No, Travis Knight trying to cuff it home. McCorkle, the loose ball, grabbed by Kevin Ollie. The Connecticut Huskies' 10-game winning streak about to come to an end in the Dome. 52% shooting for Syracuse. And they out-rebounded UConn, at least to this point, with a minute to go, 41-32.
And we felt those were a couple of big keys in this game.
McCorkle, a little icing. Brian Fair trying to squeeze one up. It's wild. Otis Hill's got it. Autry keeps pushing it. John Wallace. They call it travel, but nobody cares.
Boy, did he tee that one up.
.48 seconds to play. 13 points. Syracuse lead. Back for the final 48 seconds. The Connecticut Huskies about to absorb their first Big East loss of the season. And Jim Boeheim, Syracuse plug, serving notice. People say they're not deep. People say a lot of things, but they got 103 points on the board against, I still think, one of the best 5 teams in the country.
Yeah, me too. They have just had all cylinders going tonight. Autry, Moten, Wallace, big, and Donyell keep trying to pour it on.
And he got fouled shooting a 3. Scotty McCorkle got him on the arm. Jim Boeheim trying to plead with his kids. No fouls.
Not up by 13 with 37.8 seconds left.
Donyell Marshall, 18 points in the first half, 10 here in the second. A depressed Connecticut bench looking on. But hey, they came in here in front of 25,000 people, and Syracuse played as well as Syracuse can play.
And the crowd got into it. The shots were dropping down. Syracuse shoots better than 50% in this game. They haven't lost a game this year when they've done that. And they bang the backboards.
There's the trap and the steal for Connecticut. Brian Marshall comes up with it. Brian Fair lets one go and drains it. 25 points for Brian Fair. Nearly another steal. And this time a foul by Kevin Owens.
Great hustle here by UConn. Down.
Not going to quit.
Giving it everything here,
Yep.
right down the stretch.
It's a 3-possession game right now with 25 seconds to go. Adrian Autry will be shooting free throws at the other end.
Syracuse, a tough team to turn it over against with the experience Autry and Moten. The press has not been all that effective tonight because of the way they've handled the ball.
Well, if you'd ever told Howie Dickerman that, well, you're going to come in here tonight and you're going to get 95, 96 points, he would have been a happy guy.
That's for sure.
Adrian Autry turned and looked at the official after he missed that, like, what is going on here?
He's been automatic all year. Can't believe that some of these aren't going in tonight. About the only thing he hasn't done right.
Brian Fair letting it roll as long as he can. Gives it to Danielle. He puts up the three. Short with it.
Had a double bump that one.
I think he was hoping to get fouled again.
Yep.
Into Autry. McCorkle. 106 points. In and out for Fair. Wallace another rebound. Lead pass for Autry. He's going to take it in. What an offensive show by the Orangemen of Syracuse.
Those two guys had a great night.
You will be hard-pressed to see a better college basketball game this season. Along with Ron Perry, this is Mike Gorman. Once again, the final score from the Carrier Dome, Syracuse 108, UConn 95.